Arrival in Münster. This is a town I want to get to know. How do I get about? The best way is like the locals, by bike. Right next to the station is the Radstation, the biggest bicycle parking facility in Germany, where bikes can be hired. There are cycle lanes everywhere. There's an avenue right around the city centre, the 4.5-kilometre-long promenade. And already, I'm in the city centre at the market.
The town has its roots at the spot where the cathedral stands today. It all began in the year 793 AD with the founding of a monastery by the River Ahr. In the Middle Ages, a 4.5-kilometre-long ring of fortifications was built. These city walls were torn down in the 18th century and became the promenade, the first green belt around the city. A superb horticultural monument into which the architect Johann Conrad Schlaun integrated the castle gardens with its Baroque castle. Thus, the foundations of the city's current green areas were laid more than 250 years ago. Parts of the old fortifications can still be seen on the promenade today. In the 19th and 20th centuries, more peripheral parts of the city continued to develop. A second green belt arose. Far-sighted town planning preserved space between the city centre and the suburbs. The inhabitants love and utilise these facilities. There are 340 protected natural monuments, from these avenues of trees to banks of hedges to this Münsterland oak. Waterways such as the Meckelbach have regained their original courses through a process of renaturalisation. The town is surrounded by a third green belt, extensive, almost natural areas and woods at the edge of the city. Landscape planners have established ecologically valuable areas as conservation areas to preserve the typical park landscape. Like here in the Rieselfelder, an important European conservation area for waterfowl and wading birds. Unbelievably, this is where Münster's wastewater used to be treated in a sewage plant. Since this area was remodeled 30 years ago, it's become a paradise for more than 300 species of birds and many other plants and animals. These wetlands only remain conserved thanks to continued irrigation. Local people carry out this work on a voluntary basis. In the third green belt, agriculture is the dominant feature. There are also old market gardens with many native plants, landscapes created by human hand. An important component of the green system are these 7 green corridors leading out towards natural spaces. They run from the open countryside directly into the city centre, corridors of fresh air and recreation areas in one. The Western Ahr Valley Green Corridor. Here too, Münsterland Parkland features strongly. And modern commercial areas. Wherever they arise, nature also finds new space. With the Ahr Lake, the Ahr Valley Green Corridor runs right into the heart of the city.
Prinzipalmarkt. I feel as if I've travelled hundreds of years back in time, but most of the buildings are no more than 50 years old.
The Second World War was a catastrophe for Münster. The city centre lay in ruins, the Prinzipalmarkt was completely destroyed. But the people lovingly reconstructed most of the buildings using old plans. That's why, although the Prinzipalmarkt is new, it still looks just as it used to. On top of this, the people of Münster have preserved the city's medieval layout.
The Hall of Peace is situated on the Prinzipalmarkt. This is something that I have to see. This is where the slaughter of the 30 Years' War was brought to an end. The
Hall of Peace in the town hall. It became famous in 1648 when delegates from all over Europe signed the Treaty of Westphalia, still today a symbol of unity and peace in Europe. For this reason, like the Queen of the Netherlands, heads of state from all over the world like to visit. The King of Spain and the President of Poland have also enjoyed mingling in the crowds. Despite this, Münster is not a museum. Local people love their city centre and know how to live and celebrate in it, at carnival processions and other traditional festivals. At sporting events like the Giro d'Italia, the Münster Marathon or the International Turnier der Sieger Horse Show.
This is an ideal spot to take a breather. Lake R reaches right into the heart of the city. It's just a stone's throw from the town hall. This is unique, a huge recreation area right in the centre of the city.
No green areas without a little art. 60 sculptures invite your appreciation, such as this one by Henry Moore. Münster is a city of culture and offers events for every taste, such as the Kite Festival by the Aar Lake and the huge Montgolfiade with more than 50 hot air balloons.
The people of Münster love their city. There's an independent association that runs an open-air museum by Lake Aar, a complete village with centuries-old buildings which have been rebuilt here. It's fantastic what the local people take on.
There are more than 300 play areas. Some are looked after by voluntary helpers. Münster has recently been voted the most child-friendly city in Germany. Schools also explore new directions. With so much greenery in the city, classes are often held outside. 7,500 local people use their leisure time to help in environmental groups. The city promotes this commitment, for example through the Umwelthaus, where special events are organised. The result is an exemplary awareness of environmental issues. At 9 recycling centres, garden waste, reusable materials, problem waste and large items of household refuse are taken and sorted. At home, local people carefully separate their organic waste and reusable materials from general rubbish. The waste disposal company further filters and processes the general rubbish in one of the most modern sorting plants in Germany. This allows a further 50% to be recycled. To really experience the Münster feeling, you need a bicycle. In Münster, the old and the new are closely juxtaposed. Thanks to forward-looking town planning, it's very easy to get around. More than 500 kilometers of cycle paths, Münster is the bicycle capital of Germany. New uses for old industrial land. Thanks to courageous planning, old warehouses by the docks have been turned into restaurants and artist studios. This is how to conserve landscape resources. An innovative commercial area is arising on this former barracks and airstrip site, surrounded by near natural greenery. An attractive place to work and live. Future technologies made an appearance here long ago.
A modern and multifaceted city, green, cosmopolitan and compact. No wonder people enjoy living here and work together each day towards building the future.
Together with its citizens, Münster has formulated guidelines for the 21st century. Science and lifestyle are the main features. Münster, with history into the future.